Hello my friends and welcome back. It's episode 2. Right, we'll start with research because it's the easiest thing to think about. So, pretty obvious that we should get infantry weapons. It's like literally the most important upgrade. And infantry warfare, I guess. We all want armoured warfare at some point, but it may have to wait. I can actually double stack on that. Ooh, that's a lot of money to spend early. I've got some repairs to make, so I'd better not go nuts and spend totally on research. I'm going to do the same. Okay, these guys have no money to spend. You can't ever fall behind on infantry weapons. You just cannot. Right, let's repair that artillery. How much is it to buy an artillery in this game? 300. Whew. Spicy. So you can entrench without, I'll leave this hole. This is perfect. If the enemy moves into there, I'll just murder them. There's some expensive repairs here. Okay. Nice, he lowballed. Oh, I lowballed. But he retreated, so... No, I didn't really mean to do that. Push these guys into the forward towns to provide better supply. How many shells in the artillery? 3. It's going to be a little bit until it has the necessary ammunition to make any difference here. Okay, there's a lot of repairing I could do here, but I'm not going to because of the cost. There's no point in bearing the cost. I should just pull that back. Okay, he's unable to move right now. Or at least he's unable to move any real distance. I mean, this unit is ruined. Oh, I lowballed. But so did he. Oh, he retreated, so he didn't do any damage. Nice. Shattered. Swap the cavalry back, because it's a weaker unit. Okay. Detach him. Attach him. Because I'm not going to move him. Oh, he highballed. Alright. What's the odds that there's a guy over there? Oh, I lowballed. Ah, but so did he. Nice. That's got to be a supply break for them. Has to be. None of these are industrial centers. Secondary supply depots here. But those will tick down as long as they haven't got a connection to an industrial. Okay, I need to protect this bit. You know what? I probably just started moving this last turn. So many units on the French front. Oh, hello, ball. That low ball costs me the kill here, but... These are like prepared attacks. Oh, he highballed. Nice, I highballed. Do I pull back? Oh, I lowballed. But he also lowballed and so didn't get any damage. Okay, I got a little bit of a breach here, but these two units are horribly crippled. So unless they reinforce them, they'll be easy pickings. These guys are encircled. I am behind their lines. Oh, low ball. And due to that low ball, this fight is gonna not be as strong. Hey! I went my way there. Let's bring it over here. This is an encirclement. Like, this is definitely a supply break. Because this is marsh. So the only real supply route is this road here. And technically that connects up, but this is touching it here. Very little in the way of magic points. Anyway, this cavalry push has been completely blunted, so... crying out loud. This guy sucks. This guy isn't much better, but he is better. What's this guy's entrenchment? I gotta presume that ground cover is entrenchment, so he's got a ground cover of 3. Entrenchment 1. Ah, so ground cover is something different. Alright, well I ain't gonna get this without pushing, so... Oh, I lowballed. I mean, so did he, but... Now I can't get any chip damage whatsoever. That just completely blunted the attack. Oh, I lowballed again. Man, what I wouldn't give for some artillery down here. I sure hope these guys left some units in the rear, or my cavalry is just gonna go running around. It's gonna go running around. Alright, let's have a look at the naval front. I don't see any Russian attempts to break out and attack my supply. Ow. Naval mines, eh? Entirely sure how a submarine hit naval mines, if I'm honest. I'm totally honest with you. Naval mines of the period. I do know about the mines because there's actually one in Jersey on display. But they're like floaty. They're like metal balls with spikes on, and they float. And the idea is that they float along the sea and a ship bumps into them and it blows a hole in the side. But submarines, well, they do surface, or, you know, while they plod around on the surface to, because they can only dive for limited periods in this time frame. So basically they spend most of their time on the surface, but they still only have the conning tower poking out the top. And because of the unwieldy nature of them, there'll be a guy in that tower, literally helping to steer the sub. So there's just no way that this little tower that they're going to just drive into a mine. They would literally, the most ridiculous idea that they would blunder into one when it's just this little tower that is vulnerable, potentially, because most of the body of the vessel is under the water. You know, in the same way that, like, a massive battleship will obviously be able to blunder into one of these things. But anyway, whatever. I've taken my lumps. I have no idea if I've even got the right strategy here of having my ships in this area, but I'm keeping an eye on potential blockade of this supply route. Okay. I was wondering, there's so many enemies here that they could just swarm me. It feels risky to actually stay there. Let's do it like that. These guys should be desupplied, though. Okay, I think I've done what I can for now. Baron Conrad von Wangenheim, the ambassador to the Ottoman Empire, reports from Constantinople that the Ottoman army is not yet ready for war and that large sums of money will be needed spent on it to bring it to an acceptable standard. Fine, do it. The Polish Supreme National Committee are offering their service in our fight against Russia. And Joseph Pulowski is proposing to raise a Polish legion for service in our army. Given the number of likely Polish volunteers, these volunteers will form half-strength detachment, which could deploy at Kosice in early September 1914. Start the war by trying to trigger an uprising in Polish Russia, but the attempt failed. As efforts in terms of raising a legion, more than 10,000 men were recruited in the first months of the war. By allowing this unit to be raised, the Austro-Hungarians helped stimulate, I think they wanted to say here, Polish nationalism. Demands for self-determination from the Poles and other nationalities within the Habsburg Empire will prove a threat should the war turn out to be much tougher than expected. Sure. Siberian and Turkestan units arrive in Moscow. Yay, more units where I don't need them. So many. Okay, this is units where I do need them. So that's good. Okay, that's not bad. He's just repairing their units. Oh, that was a bad clapback. Nice. That's actually good damage for me there. The cavalry units are fast, but they're weak. So... The enemy may launch a naval blockade to stop neutral shipping from bringing goods to our shores. If we do not engage the enemy fleets carrying out such a blockade, then our people will go hungry, and this could lead to disorder as their morale falls. Two areas where the enemy can place ships to enforce the blockade. The most effective one is between Scapa Flow and Norway. You can also enforce a blockade between Scotland and Iceland, but this is less harmful to us because it is easier for our merchantmen to slip through their patrols in this area. Placing minefields or our own naval forces in these locations is not recommended, as it will also impede the flow of merchant shipping and therefore reduce our national morale. As we have not invaded Belgium, it is possible that the Entente may do so in an attempt to outflank our position on the Western Front and may even attack the Netherlands. Expect attacks despite any domestic or political consequences the Entente may suffer. How the hell do you even pronounce that? Entente, maybe. Firstly, the national morale of both the UK and France will fall, as public opinion would condemn their attack. Secondly, attacking Belgium would swing the USA 8 to 20% away from the Entente, and attacking the Netherlands would swing it a further 11 to 20%. If you'd rather the AI not invade Belgium or the Netherlands, you can prevent this by going to Options Advanced Scripts Decision. Scroll to the last page and turn off script French invasion of the Low Countries. Okay. So if I don't do it, they will. I see how it is. 4 shells in the artillery. Let's try and tidy up the attachments here. Alright. Well, in that case... if they invade, they can't move that fast. So if they invade here, in here, then I can just cut, bring these in here and cut, and then defend. Right, anyway. I don't know how these guys are so amazingly well supplied. But anyway, that is it for now. I'll play out the rest of this turn next time. Because for the moment, I think 1 episode per turn makes sense, because it's kind of... it takes about that long. If I get the opportunity to kill a unit, I will. It looks like this one here is killable because it's pushed to the front line without support. So if I can get some units, I might be able to get this one as well. Then I will. I need to consider doing some major repairs this turn. Now that the research is underway. And then try and save money for artillery. The amount of research you can do is a lot. 1,600 points worth is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Could really try to ram that infantry research down fast, then light spool up tank research. My problem here is that I've got a breach. They're pushing in here. I may need to operate some units over. Right, I'll give it some thought. That is it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time.